everybody, thank you for joining me today. Today we are going to take a look at the Artistro water-based paint pens. These were sent to me by Artistro to check out, so thank you so much to you guys. There are 15 pens in the pack and it has an extra fine tip. As you can see, it says it works on rocks, glass, ceramic, porcelain, metal, rubber, stone, paper, smooth wood and more. So I thought these were really cool. They have a wide variety to choose from on their website. I opted to get these since I like the thinner tip. It's easier to letter and draw with. And we're going to take a look and see how they do. Again, these are 15 pens with trending colors. We'll take everything out the box and take a look. It comes with instructions, which is great. And they work just like your regular paint pens where you shake the marker. You will push down the tip to activate them. And again, this is like an extra fine tip. So we will take a look and see. So a closer look at the instructions. It's really great because it tells you what to do if you're working on glass, ceramic or porcelain. And you have to bake it. And then there's for painting rocks and other surfaces and fabric instructions. So we're going to hold on to that since that is clearly important, and we're going to take a look at the colors. I opted for this set because I thought the colors were pretty, and I also liked that there were variations. So the 2 blues for shading, there are 2 greens, 2 pinks, and so I just thought for me it'll be fun and versatile to use. So we're going to swatch these and we will take a look and see how they hold up. And I'll also be posting some projects as well, so that some lettering projects, so that we can get a good idea of how they work. But I just wanted to make sure to give you guys this first look at the pens. So I think on first use, it's going to take a little bit of a workout to get the paint to mix, but let's take a look and see. Okay, so I've listed down the things that we're going to test and go through. We're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible because I don't want this video to be too long. But here we have the 160 GSM notebook. And then I grabbed a 90 GSM notebook. This is just from the bullet journal, at the dollar store. So we're going to compare the two and see. Okay, so now we're going to take a look and see. Again, this was 160 GSM paper. This is 90 GSM paper. So for the layering, it layers pretty well. It's not quite as opaque as the acrylographs are, but given that this formula is a water-based formula, didn't really expect it to. Blending on the page with the two pens together went pretty well. The light blue one was just running a bit dry, which I just didn't load it up enough with paint, so that's fine. The pickup method works great. This is actually how I did most of my lettering layout. And then blending with the paintbrush, I went faster on this one, so the paints were still wet, but it doesn't really work. And that's because as much as it's a water-based pen, it's still a paint pen. Painting with it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. Again, I don't think we're supposed to use it that way, but it's definitely an option. And then for the bleed through and the warping, what my idea was here was to layer it as much as possible to see how the paper would hold up. As you can see where I added water, there was some warping. There is a little bit of warping and a bit of ghosting where I layered up the ink. Now, part of the reason why I did that is because the paper was starting to pull. Like there's the bits of paper coming out there. So definitely you're going to want to wait for it to be completely dry before putting another layer of paint on there. But that's like with all paint pens. And then we'll see how the thinner paper handled it. So it actually handled the layering very well. Again, this is where I waited until the bottom layer was completely dry before putting the top layer on. And then with the blending, the page struggled a little bit. With the water, it struggled a lot. And here is definite ridging and ghosting. So, I mean, if you give it time to dry, it's actually going to work really, really well in the thinner paper journal. So if you are looking for a paint pen that can handle, or a journal that can handle paint pens, it should be fine. You just have to be careful how much paint you're putting down, and also you want to keep that first layer very light and thin before you start layering over top of it. So my overall impressions of the Artistro water-based paint pens in the trending colors, I do like them a lot. I love that it has a clear body so that you're able to see that your pen either needs mixing or it's mixed well enough. I do like the tips. I feel like these fine tips manage the ink flow really well, so I was really happy about that. Like I said, I do love the color selection available as well as the size selection available in these pens as well. I mentioned earlier in the video they're available on Amazon as well as the Artistro website. So they are affordable and they're also attainable, meaning they ship from their various shipping options so that you're able to get a hold of them. Negatives would be there are no names for the colors. There's no names on the base and there's no names that I could find on the box anyway. So that was kind of, I mean, it is what it is. It's just personal preference. I haven't tried these out on any other surfaces other than paper. As you know, my channel is primarily paper and journals. I will be trying these out on other surfaces at some point, but for right now, I just wanted to see how they worked in the journals. So overall, I'm really impressed with these pens. They're lots of fun to use. I love how they have the coordinating colors so that you can do your layering. And overall, I'd say they are a win. So you can check out my description below. I have included all the information you need if you're interested in purchasing these pens. And I've also linked to their social media so that you're able to check out what other creators have done with these pens. And overall, they are very fun. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for your time today. I have my video, my Hyperspeed lettering video for you so you can check out the different techniques I use to put that together. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today.